Here's how to protect your home and landscaping against an extreme freeze. Just got a fresh fade, by the way. She made my hair pretty big on top. I don't know how to feel about that, but I'm rolling with it. Now, I think most people know that you're supposed to disconnect your water hoses and then cover up your water spigots. But before you do that, you actually need to water your plants. Sounds counterintuitive, but actually it helps protect your plants against a hard freeze whenever you water them beforehand. If they are very dry and it happens to get really cold, they might actually suffer some damage that would be a little bit worse than if they had been watered. So a day or two before that really cold weather gets there, go ahead and run your sprinkler system or water your landscape or your containers that are outdoors. And this is also the time, if you have smaller outdoor planters or plants that can be moved inside to a greenhouse, to a garage, or just inside your house, go ahead and do that. Remember that plants that are in a pot are more susceptible to cold damage than ones that are in the ground in a landscape, because pots are going to get colder than the ground, and so the roots of the plants could actually freeze if they're in a pot. I am going to go ahead and cover this one up. Okay, that's one done. You can also drain your water hoses by elevating them in the middle and just making sure all the water gets out of them so they don't freeze and burst. Next, you'll want to do an assessment of your landscaping plants, because some of those may be borderline cold hardy for your area. I've got some palms back there that I probably want to get some frost cloth over, because they certainly could be damaged with the upcoming cold that we're going to have. You can grab some frost cloth from your local garden center and it will give you anywhere from 6 to 8 degrees of additional cold protection for those plants that might be borderline cold hardy for your area. If you have a home greenhouse, make sure that you have sealed up all of the gaps and cracks so that cold air can't get in so easily. And then it's also time to double check your heating system and make sure it's working properly. I'm going to see if my pilot light is still lit. And yes, it is lit, so that's good. And you may want to invest in a backup heat source too, just in case one heat source is not enough, or if you lose power or something like that. And lastly, another great thing for your landscape is to add mulch. And mulch can be bark mulch, or it could be shredded leaves, or just leaves. In this case, I've got a bunch of leaves piled up over the roots of my Turk's cap plants to help insulate the roots a little bit better. And I'll close this with, make sure you have a plan to keep your pets warm too, so that way they're not out in the cold.